You might be wondering why I'm starting out in a game wildly different from what I should be talking about, and that's because I have some bad news to share for Xeno fans. If you haven't already heard, Stephen Critchlow, the English voice actor for Chairman Bana from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, has recently passed away at the age of 54. He was probably most well known in the UK because he did a lot of radio work there, including playing parts in some of the Doctor Who radio dramas, but his most well-known video game role is probably Count Edmund de Fortemps from Final Fantasy XIV. If you've heard of the award-winning Heavensward expansion from the copypasta, his character is actually the narrator for all of that. And comparing the warm and welcoming Edmund who takes you into his home at your darkest hour to the delightful mustache twirling of Bana is just a great indicator of Critchlow's range as a performer. And if we come out here, probably won't be anyone now, but take a second because I do not have the game on my solid state drive. Earlier in the week, there would have been dozens of players out here outside of his character's in-universe house standing vigil and paying their respects, which was incredibly moving to me because while I didn't actively follow him or anything, he was a big and important part in a game that's been a huge part of my life for the past 4 years and one that I've only recently come to love. So may he rest in peace, and all of my condolences go out to friends, family, and anyone else who might be grieving at this time. There's no good way to follow up something like that, but the show must go on, so let's get down to business. Just need to take a few moments to shuffle my pages around and get Nintendo's stream up in full screen, and then I should be able to do something like that. Okay, only got 5 minutes to go just because the whole thing from before took me a few tries to record properly and I was a bit busy. I'm recording this ahead of time, so I don't feel bad talking about leaks because a new Kirby game and Bayonetta 3 having 2022 release dates both leaked, so we're apparently going to see those. The big thing obviously for me is that we are very likely to see Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because it's been long enough. Monolith has to be working on something. I honestly think Xenoblade 3 is marginally more likely than getting a title for Breath of the Wild 2, which is kind of funny, all things considered. What else can we see? Because what are the next big things coming out? It's probably going to be a Mario Golf update being talked about. That would make sense. Let's see, what else? What else? I've completely forgotten everything that I was planning on talking about. SMT5 is the next big thing. Mario Party Superstars is the next big thing. We shouldn't expect to see a lot of things later than, like, March and April. So, a few people are thinking Zelda is going to be in March, because that's when Breath of the Wild 1 came out. So we could see something for that, but I do have a feeling, because I believe Bayonetta 2 was listed as random 2022, and Kirby was listed still as early 2022. So Kirby is going to be part of the winter thing, and Bayo is going to be next winter, not this winter, most likely. So that plus Xenoblade are probably going to be your big hitting things that are outside of the winter range as far as basically reveals, because Bayonetta is basically going to be a reveal. Let's be real here. Aside from that, both Pokemon games are coming out in something that could be reasonably approximated to winter. I know the Diamond and Pearl remakes are obviously fall, but they will probably touch on them at least a little bit. I don't know how much of Legends Arceus we can expect to see, just because we've already gotten several different things about that, and we've had a separate Pokemon presentation about it too already. So I'm not too sure how much time they're going to dedicate to it. They might rehash a few of the older trailers for those, but I would not mind a few more looks at different Pokemon stuff that they've got going on. I do not think we're going to see anything else mainline Pokemon from 2022. That seems way out of the realm of a Winter Direct, but who knows. There have been platformer rumblings, so we could see a Mario or something like that. The only big Zelda thing we're going to see is obviously potential Breath of the Wild 2 news. People have been thinking Fire Emblem might happen. Who knows? They still got Advance Wars coming out later to talk about, so I feel like if they're going to focus on some strategy game, it's going to be that. I believe Age of Calamity still has some DLC that hasn't been revealed, so that's the only other Zelda thing I could really see them, talking about, because Skyward Sword is already out. Smash. We are at very least going to see the announcement of an announcement for the next Smash character. It could be a, hey, this is when the next Sakurai presentation is. It could be a, hey, this is what the new character is going to be from, like they did with the ARMS character before they formally revealed Min Min. Or it could just be a full character reveal, in which case I expect them to open with that if it's actually going to be a character. The big thing, though, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Are we going to see it? I want to say yes. I understand that they're probably going to want to put Zelda out before Xenoblade, especially just given how long Zelda's been taking. But I feel like they're going to at least reveal it, because we have seen 2 different looks at Zelda, and we've gotten massive promises. We have a release window for Zelda, so I wouldn't be surprised if they at least showed off Xenoblade, because we got Xenoblade 2 news, and I guess Odyssey news even, a bit after we'd already known Breath of the Wild had been coming for a long time. So I feel like if they're really trying to replicate 2017, which it seems like they're doing with a Zelda, with a probably Xenoblade, and with a Splatoon, then it would make sense. I don't know how much Splatoon 3 news we're going to see because we've gotten a teaser trailer, and Splatoon is always a summer game, so we're more than likely to get a massive blowout of that at E3, assuming it releases after that. So we could see a little bit. Splatoon is also something that usually gets its own direct, so I'm not sure how much of that we're going to see. The 3 new projects, big new projects, again, Kirby, Bayo, Xenoblade, so I don't expect many more massive blowouts besides that, but I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. We could see a WarioWare update. That would be something neat that I would like to see, because while I didn't get WarioWare, I just love all the character that WarioWare has, and it's good to see Mario games being allowed to have actual personality. Looking at You Paper series, no idea what Insys is working on. I guess some no, that's a lie. Some of Insys worked on Get It Together, so they're probably not going to be revealing something new they're working on, unless it's like a Fire Emblem remake or really early stuff for that. Don't think we're going to see Prime 4. We got the mature rating. SMT and Bayo are clearly mature. Surprised we're still getting the COVID PSA. We're also not going to get hardware because Nintendo's not going to reveal something until after the Switch OLED reveals. That seems a little loud, so I'm going to decrease that volume a little bit. There we go. There's no way they're going to give us hardware until after the OLEDs come out and people have already paid for their pre-orders. Alright. See, Darkness and a Castle. Oh, Castlevania Advance Collection was also probably leaked, but I'm not sure if this is Smash Castlevania or something else. That's Dragon. That looks Monster Hunter-y. Okay, yeah, it's Capcom. So is this an update to Rise or Stories? This looks more Rise-y than Stories-y. I haven't played either of them, but I know what they look like. This is a lot more gothic than Monster Hunter usually is. So, is this like Monster Hunter Darkstalkers Devil May Cry crossover? That's what we need. Do it, Capcom. Looks like that's not the case. Okay. That's an expansion. I was gonna say they better not be coming out with another full Monster Hunter game. Rise has been out for, like, not very long. But that makes sense. That's like a year after the initial game came out. I'm just surprised to see very medieval European looking stuff in Rise, which is the Japan Monster Hunter game. But what do I know? I have a Discord message. Let's see who that's from.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki.
It's a random at everyone. Hello, Kozumi. If we see him, there's a decent chance we could see Mario. Which, I mean, it's Nintendo. We're going to see Mario at some point. But it depends on the degree of Mario that we are going to see. I heard him say something that sounded like Blade. It's probably not the word Blade or Xenoblade. But, like, look at this. You got the Amaterasu, you got the Rush skins for the doggos, so I better see some Dante or some Darkstalkers references.
Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak.
Sunbreak. Okay, Sunbreak sounds a lot like an Okami thing, though, so maybe they're just going to put more Okami references, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. Did not open with Smash, so either they're closing with it or nothing's happening. Alright, these are the headlines, so I don't think they're going to drop massive things in the headlines. Is this Mario Party Superstars, or? Yeah, okay. Not sure how much new stuff they're going to show, because, like, are they? I don't remember all the boards from the N64 games, so that's Woody Woods. I guess they mentioned something about the, is that Yoshi's Island from the, okay. That's interesting. Toadette's the one with the star, not Toad anymore. I guess Toad is just playable now. Okay, so I think that's 2 from 1, 2 from 2, and 1 from 3, if I'm remembering correctly.
Need a break from boards?
Which is
Head to
interesting.
minigames and play
Well, no, Toad is there, but he's not playable. But Toadette's the other thing? I don't know. Oh, yo. Ellie? I saw Ellie. Is that a Xenogears reference?
The cooperative multiplayer tag match.
Interesting.
Mount minigames will have 7 courses available. All boards and minigames support online play. So invite family, friends, and frenemies, and get ready for the
I mean, it's Mario Party. What else do I have to say? It's Mario Party.
Mario Party Superstars.
I don't know if that release date was known.
System October 29th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. A new RPG.
New RPGs in the cards? Is this Triangle Strategy? Or is this Urianger?
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
This is not Urianger. This is certainly an art style. I feel like I've seen this before. I like that monster.
At the Queen's behest.
Voice of Cards. Alright.
On a fantastical journey to
This is a single-player Square RPG that I'm actually interested in? I don't know. Because I have no idea what this is.
cards from the protagonists to shops.
I like the card aesthetic, but I don't know if making... And I like the art style, but I don't know if making everything cards is a good idea. Because again, I'm still having Paper Mario flashbacks, and you don't want to make me think of the last 3 Paper Mario games. So just don't. I also heard the voice singing nonsense and thought it was near something for a second.
The creative minds of Yoko Taro
Oh, that's why.
is about to unfold.
That makes sense. I'm now significantly more interested because...
Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars, launches on Nintendo Switch October 28th. Pre-orders and a free demo will be available today on Nintendo eShop. Become a hero or an absolute disaster of a human being.
I don't know what this is. Is this...
You awaken in a hotel
Oh, wait, no, I know
room
what this
city
is.
of Revachol,
I just don't remember the name.
devoid of your memories. Soon, you learn that your
Okay,
detective
Disco
will
Elysium.
get entangled
Didn't
in
remember if Disco Elysium was that or
role-playing
a
adventure,
very different
Disco
game.
Elysium,
Um,
Final Cut.
But I think this was known about.
Interrogate people and uncover clues, internal dialogues will begin. To investigate, you'll need the help of the 24.
But I know this game is good. This is just not something that I would get on Switch because I have a PC. But obviously, a lot of people don't have PCs, so
directly impacting how the story
good for them.
progresses.
I think this is also known about. So this isn't like, this is a good. It's like this is a good, but this isn't a massive headline because this was I think was known about already. And
Disco Elysium, the Final Cut launches digitally on Nintendo Switch October 12th. The physical version
Yeah,
of the game
I don't know what else I
launches
was talking
early
about.
2022. Pre-orders for the digital version begin today on Nintendo eShop.
yeah, like I think a lot of the Final Cut stuff had already been talked about
Uncover
earlier.
more stories
Okay.
of Hyrule
Knew this was coming.
Age of Calamity.
So what are we gonna get? Are we gonna get something tying into Breath of the Wild 2? Are we gonna get like Link's Finn Merton's arm? Stupid egg. I have not finished Age of Calamity 1 because I'm still waiting for better hardware that makes it run at more than 20 FPS. Are they spoiling the base game? Because I've not played the entire base game. I've seen Baby Sidon, and I've seen Mifa. Seen all this stuff.
The King of Hyrule must not fall.
I don't even know if the king is actually playable in the base game, so I don't know what... Are Purah and Robbie even playable yet? I don't know things.
They won't harm
Is that Travis Willingham? I don't think so, but this just seems like stuff from the base game. So I don't know what this is about. Is this a third timeline? Are they making a third? Breath of the Wild was supposed to be the one with no timelines. Are you making another one? Yo, is that a broken mirror? Is that a Xenogears reference? Okay, so we're finally getting to see these guys' movesets, I guess. Oh no, they're one person. They're one character, I guess. Interesting.
Ready, set,
Okay.
go!
Is this a Chocobo kart racer?
Start your engines and get set
Wait.
for new
I saw...
Race as familiar Final Fantasy characters like Chocobo and Gilgamesh.
Okay, this is good. Is this Final Fantasy Mario Kart? Is that the Mario Hoops White Mage? I'm way more hyped for that than anything else.
Corners. Magical stones called magicites are contained inside items.
Alright.
Collect these throughout courses to cast magic like fire and arrow to blast away opponents. Acquire magicites of the same element to cast even more powerful spells.
Alright, I thought I saw
Special ability.
Eorzean text, so I'm just looking for the 14 reference. Because there's gotta be something. Because, like, all of these are more generic stuff like...
Engine customization options
Oh, no.
will be available, as well
That's an
as
actual character, apparently. Not just generic White Mage. That's interesting. Is that Ramu? I also thought the purple thing was Spyro for a second.
bracket-style tournament to determine the racing champion. Chocobo GP races exclusively onto Nintendo Switch next year.
What did you think? Before we show you our next video,
Uh-oh.
we have some news about
Smoosh?
the last fighter for the
Okay.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
So is the video going to be related to it?
Mr. Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal this fighter
Okay.
in the final Mr. Sakurai Presents video.
Oh, because they're just like, haha, screw you guys, you don't get Smash at all. But,
We'll also show you how to use this fighter, so please look for
alright, this is interesting. I forget what the last character he did this with was for.
It's been about 3 years since the game was released. This will be the last presentation about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Alright, so this is going to be the last balance patch too?
Next, please take a look at this.
Alright, no, is this going to be connected to whatever the Smash fighter is, though? That's the question. This is Splatoon. I'm actually really surprised we're getting Splatoon. At least I think this is Splatoon. This isn't Xenoblade 3. Watch this be Xenoblade 3. This has to be Splatoon. Yeah, that's Splatoon. Okay. Unless this is like a Splatoon spin-off. Or is this Donkey Kong? That's a very Donkey Kong looking palm tree. Is Donkey Kong... No! This is Kirby? That's not Splatoon. That's Kirby. Okay. Why? Like, Kirby is also a post-apocalypse. But okay. Oh, wait. 3D Kirby's actually real. Is this Kirby Lost World? Guess we're going back to Shiverstar. Interesting. I don't see Kirby flying, which, like, why make a Kirby game if you're not gonna fly? Actually, is this even 3D, or is this just, like, super... No, that's 3D. That's 3D. I also do not see any copy abilities. So... Okay, there we go. There's Donkey Kong. I was right. So, spring 2022. So I guess that's probably going to be the Animal Crossing sort of slot.
That was the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
I am happy for that, because I completely skipped Star Allies, because it just seemed like
You can freely
worst
move
version of the 3DS games.
using
So-
familiar Kirby moves.
Didn't see a new copy abilities, but that makes sense if they're actually doing 3D.
The setting also appears to be mysterious, filled with abandoned structures from a past civilization. What
I
lies
think it's hilarious how they're like,
The game is scheduled to release in spring 2022. We hope you'll look forward to Kirby's new adventure. Next, we have this to show you.
watch this be
Please
Splatoon.
take a look.
Wait, that's piano. Is it Xenoblade? No, that's Animal. Wait, They remembered Animal Crossing exists? That's the biggest surprise of the Direct. Alright, there's Brewster, finally, like, 2 years after he was data mined. Wow, an actual new Direct. That's super surprising.
Since its launch in 2020, the Animal Crossing New Horizons game has been enjoyed by many players around
I might...
the world.
I don't even know where I put my game card for New Horizons.
Will arrive in
I might plug it in, eventually.
In preparation,
Played it for about a month.
we will be airing an Animal Crossing
But, I'm
New
surprised. I
Horizons
think-
Direct in October.
Like,
In it,
I think the last time we got a dedicated Direct for a game that was already out besides Smash was the Octo expansion. So this could be a lot.
please be on the lookout for the air date of this presentation.
Oh, by the way, it's also thunderstorming, so I might lose
Let's
power
move on
midstream.
to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
This is headlines, so we're not going to see Xenoblade for a few more minutes.
2 games, 1 game update, and lots of fun.
What does that mean?
4
Okay,
more free
golf
content
update.
is coming to the Mario Golf Super Rush game.
This is another new course? Wow, Koopa wasn't playable at launch? That's
Dish out tricky
surprising.
and dashes to mess with the competition.
These Mario games trying to push, like, new, stupid, generic characters, but they didn't put Koopa in at the beginning of the game. Very stupid.
Speed to outpace opponents.
Like, bringing Pauline back was the first actual interesting thing
2 courses are also being added.
they've done in forever.
These additions will come swinging in as a free
So let's see, we've gotten-
later today.